Here's exactly why you should tell people what you do, i.e., that you're a bookseller, book dealer, um, reseller, media reseller, whatever it is, however you want to phrase it. You should have cards, you should have flyers, you should just talk to people, network, have a website, or have a Facebook page, or have an Instagram page, or have a TikTok page. And locally, you'd be surprised that these kind of things just fall into your lap for free. The Arabian Nights Entertainments, the book of the Thousand Nights and a Night, and it goes on. Let's see if you can see it. The complete Burton translation with the complete Burton notes, the terminal essay, a complete index, and 1001 decorations by, is it Valenti Angelo? And this is volume 5 and 6. So there's 3 books in this set, and I showed you this book before because it came from a donation. Remember, let's see. I made a video, 11 boxes of donated books. It was a guy that just called me out of the blue and said he had a bunch of books, and they ended up that they were from his wife. They were clearing out space, etc., etc. Turned out that they had really valuable books. This is the 4th lot I've sold from there. I also sold the modern library books and the Stephen King Dark Tower series. I sold for $45. I also sold the H.P. Lovecraft books for $69.99. And now there's 3 of them. There's the other 2 are down there in that box. I sold these for $69.99 plus shipping. So after all fees on this book set, which again was $69.99, plus they paid $11.38 for shipping because it's heavy. After all shipping costs that I have to pay out and eBay fees, it was, and I promoted it at 3%. So I had to pay 3% extra fee. But anyway, all of that included was $54.59. That is the net profit. Of course, before income tax, et cetera, but you know that, hopefully. So my point is just to tell people what you do. The reason why this came to me is because I have a store. You don't need to have a physical store. I said this over and over again, but it doesn't matter how you communicate with people what you do. It's just important that you do it. I just happen to go the route of creating or opening a store and then a Facebook page and Instagram, and I'm on Google Maps, and when people search locally, I pop up as an option for a bookstore, music store, movie store, video store, all that kind of stuff. I also have a web page that people find related to picking up books for free from their house, their business, their storage unit, wherever it may be, which I've done a lot of times. So just an example, it's also a bolo. Be on the lookout for this one. Even if you see them like this without the slip cover, they all came with the slip covers, which made them even more valuable. But even just like this without the slip covers, you won't miss them because this is what the covers look like. Very bright orange with a cool decoration on the front. And they have, like it says, they have lots of illustrations in here. 1001 apparently. So it's a very popular book. It's sold pretty quickly. There's not a ton of them out there. It's not like so rare that I can charge hundreds of dollars for it, but it's, on the more rare side, especially when it's in the slip covers in good condition, that type of thing. So be on the lookout for it. It's probably unlikely you're going to come across it, but you never know. Now I know. But also, if you were to see this book, even just like this, or especially in the slipcover, wouldn't you think to look it up? I would, and you really should, because it stands out. It's older. It's from a set, as you can see, volumes down here. So if you see 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever of them from the same set, you immediately want to see if it's the complete set, number 1. And then number 2, you want to look it up and see how much does the complete set go for. If it's not complete, how much does a partial set go for? Because I could sell one of these books, not for nearly as much. Of course, they were essentially, what was it, $70. So what is that? That's like a little over 20 bucks each, $22, $21 or something like that. Yeah, it's like 23 bucks each. So one of these individually maybe could sell for 20, 25 bucks. Maybe this last one is harder to find. I don't know. I didn't look them up individually, but you can do that as well. Some people will collect them as they go out in the wild and they come across stuff. They find this volume, put it to the side because they want to sell it complete until they find this other volume. And they might even buy the third volume on eBay to sell it as a total set. That also is something that you can do. But just keep your eyes open for this stuff. There's clues, right? That it's older, it's in good condition, it's attractive, it's part of a set, it has a slipcover, all those things. Should definitely, be checking off sort of a checklist of clues, of components of what makes a book, or it could be any media, right? It could be CD, but let's talk about books. What makes a book valuable? If it's newer, if it's a book that came out this year, it could be worth some money because it's could be very popular right now. And if you stumble across it for free or for a couple of bucks, and then maybe turn around and sell it for 30, 40 bucks or 25 or 20, whatever it is, but still make a decent profit, then, those books will stand out to you as well. So it depends on what it is. If it's older, if it's newer, if it's kind of in the middle there, if it's something that's maybe like 30 years old versus this set, which is from 1962, which is, of course, much older. That is what, like 62 years old? Is that true? Yeah, 62 years old, I believe, from 1962. A vintage, much older book set, basically. So be on the lookout for that stuff. I also sold all of what you see here. I sold a CD here. I sold a DVD. Nothing else that was very valuable individually on eBay. But I did sell this Baby Einstein DVD collection. It comes in a box. I have 22 discs in there, but I think it is either 24 or 26 is the complete amount. But I sold it for what did I sell it for? $16.99 plus shipping, and it sold right away within a few days. It's something I got as a trade/donation in the store. So even that stuff still sells and pretty fast if you price it right. If I had priced it at 30 bucks, it wouldn't have sold so fast. If I had priced it at 25, probably not. If I had priced it too low at $10, it would probably sell fast, but you wouldn't make much money. So you kind of have to have an idea, based on the research and your experience of where you should price things also so that it sells quickly for enough profit for you. Some people, have higher profit parameters. If they get something for free, they're like, I want to sell it for 10 bucks is fine. Or, 20 bucks or 30 or, so just everyone's different. Some people are fine making $5 per item profit. Some want to make at least $10 profit. Some want to make 20 more and more. So again, I've told you I, at a bare minimum, like to list things. I know I just sold this for $16.99. I was going to say 20 bucks at the bare minimum. However, I knew that would sell fast. So I was okay with that. And I probably wasn't going to get $20. And if I was, it would take longer. So in general, I like to try to stay above $20. $30 and up is my ideal. But if you sell something for 20 bucks that you got for free, or for $1 or $2, you make around $15, depending on if you're promoting it, that type of thing. If you're not, about 15 bucks, maybe more, depending on the shipping cost and all that stuff. So that's a nice profit, right? Off of a free item or a buck item or $2 item. Spending $1 and making $10 profit, 10 times what you spent, is a great business model. And if you do that over and over and over again and make daily sales, more and more and more daily sales of 10 times profit, you're going to make a lot of money. But, again, the lower the profit, the more volume you have to do, the more sales you have to do, the higher the profit per item. The less volume, the less sales you have to do on a daily basis. But you can do both, right? So it just depends on what you want to do. I'm getting off on a tangent. But I sold 9 items over the weekend on eBay and 2 on Amazon. This is one here, which was a book, sort of like a textbook that I picked up. If you remember, I think it was 16 boxes. It was a video I made a while back I honestly don't remember. I think it was in the summer. May have been July, may have been August, but it was a bunch of books that I picked up locally from somebody that appeared to have been a professor. And this was one of those books. It sold for $79.95. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed that they keep it. Keep the book, please. I do not want it back. So that one's going out, which was a really nice sale for the weekend for Amazon. And considering I had slower sales on eBay, which usually does more than that, which I've shared with you in the past. But it's ups and downs, guys. You got to keep listing. You got to keep putting good stuff on there. Running promotions. I'm running a promotion, 2 promotions now for older items over a year and a half old, and items over 90 days old. And that enables me to get more sales. Because if an item's been sitting for 90 plus days, or just cross the threshold, whatever it is, maybe 6 months, it's maybe 9 months, whatever, a year, it needs a boost, right? So you offer it at 20% off, 25% off. Someone comes along, they're maybe more likely to buy it, especially if it's sitting it for a while. You want to get it out of your inventory and keep getting new inventory. So be on the lookout for this very, cool book or book set, and goes for good money. Put that in your database, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care.